All right, I'm going to try and contain my excitement, okay? When you realize how much power, creativity, energy you have at your disposal, and when you realize how to actually funnel it, it is going to change your life. Your current limitations, the issues, whatever's going on, are not going to have a prayer, because 95% of people right now on this planet are doing this unintentionally, right? They don't realize what they have. They don't realize what they are. You have access to anything you want because you are this incredible mass of energy, untapped potential. And do you know what's happening? Right now, 95% of people, right, easily are allowing this mass of energy that you have at your disposal right now to be directed in 1,000 different ways, right? It's being dispersed all over the place, okay? Tapping into all different frequencies, thoughts, feelings, assumptions, right? Because here's the thing, most people don't recognize something, and I was living in a perpetual cycle of the same stuff for 25 years. Because what most people believe is that what they actually are, right, is I am somebody. Please stay with me, okay? I am somebody, and this pen is going bye-bye. I am somebody, right, needing to become, right? I spent 2.5 decades becoming, improving, changing, swapping my habits out, looking for the solutions, right? And maybe just like yourself, I wanted to create an amazing life for myself. I wanted to be financially free. I wanted to transform my physique. And I left school in '99. And I thought to myself, you know what, I can do this. You know, like the world is your oyster kind of thing. And what happened after that was 2.5 decades of the same stuff. Most people think they are, I am somebody, and we need to become, right? Improve, okay? Change. When in actual fact, the truth is this, that you already have everything that you need. You already have access to everything you desire. You have this amazing mass of intelligence, wisdom, power, creativity. It's all within you, but right now it's just flowing off in all these different directions. Do you realize what's going to happen when you understand how to funnel all of this energy into an intentional direction? It's going to be so amazing. Because this was me for 25 years, you know, 25 years of the same nonsense. And I believed in this. And you know what? I want to let you know something. This, right, is a giant, ridiculous hoax. This is not who you are. You are something far grander than somebody, right? What you actually are is you are not a human being, okay? Please stay with me, all right? We're going somewhere. You are not a human being having a spiritual, right? Spiritual experience. What you actually are is everything. You are not separate from anything. You have access to everything. You are this mass of incredibly intelligent energy. You are pure consciousness, right? Pure consciousness, you get the picture, right? Pure consciousness as a unique expression in human form, right? And right now, we are running an old program that is limiting us, trying to become, improve, change. Well, you don't need to do any of this. You actually already are perfection. And for most people on this planet right now, They are on a vibrational state of imperfection, looking through the eyes of limitation, believing in this old paradigm, this belief of who they think they are, right? Looking for the solutions within the problem itself. What is a frequency? What are we tapping into every single day, right? Do you realize that every single day, studies have been shown that between 10,000 to 100,000 thoughts, feelings, assumptions are going through the human mind every single day. Do you realize what's going to happen when you harness all of this potential, all of this energy, and you can actually funnel it into a direction that is intentional? You have access to this, the most amazing wisdom, creativity. It's all available right now. But this old idea is limiting us, right? Trying to become and improve. This is about to dissolve from your existence, along with present limitations, problems, and issues. When you start to see this, you'll start to notice what is going on. It's going to be so amazing. Because what is a frequency, right? A frequency, please stay with me, okay? This is so important, all right? I'm going to try and contain my excitement. A frequency is a thought or a feeling or a combination of the two, okay? A thought or a feeling plus our attention, okay? Now please recognize this. You are perfection. You are pure consciousness. You have access to everything. Right now it's going everywhere, right? Every thought, every feeling, every assumption that we are putting our attention on every single day, right, is causing, please stay with me now, is causing, a state of vibration, okay? A state of vibration. This is everything. This determines everything in terms of how you see life, in terms of what you attract, your habits, the way you do things, the people that you attract into your life, the circumstances, your earning potential. I want to let you know that this is causing everything in your life to be the way it is. And you actually have the choice to change this, to let go of the old paradigm, to realize that your body is working perfectly without you needing to get involved. Life is working perfectly without you needing to control and change. You are the perfection that is consciousness in human expression. Where you direct your attention, the frequencies every single day that we are tapping into unintentionally right now, all of this mass of energy that is within us, because we are connected to everything, right now is causing us to be on an unintentional state of vibration. What is going to happen when you flip it, when you realize what's going on? You are going to move from, like most people right now don't realize what's going on. You are going to go from 3, 4, 5% of your potential, right, to like 95%, right? By realizing that you have access to absolutely everything right now. It's just being dispersed in the wrong direction, okay? All our thoughts, feelings, assumptions, frequencies, our past, running the old program that was designed for us, never our choice, dictating our vibration where we're putting our attention. And when you let go of this old ridiculous story, and you now realize that you can use all of that energy, stay with me, right, and direct it intentionally towards what you desire, and you merge with it, it is going to absolutely, I'm not kidding, it is going to blow your mind. When I started to do this, after years and years and years and years of struggling, running after, searching, looking for the answers, right? Limited by this notion, operating at such a small percentage of what I was capable of. When you do this, you suddenly have access to everything that's always been there, because you are not allowing it to be dispersed on 17,000 different frequencies, okay? You are now choosing your own. You know what I like to say? What we actually are. Kind of sounds weird, right? You are not somebody. Let's get over this ridiculous notion, okay? What you actually are is a mass of gorgeous, intelligent, conscious, I always get this wrong, here we go, it's probably wrong, conscious energy, and you have it at your disposal this whole time. Most people are looking for the answers, not realizing that what they are looking for is already from where they are looking from. You've got it all already. Most people are on a frequency of imperfection, right? Looking for the solutions, when in actual fact, you just need to turn back to yourself and realize where you place your attention, what you focus on, determines everything else, right? So what you are is mice, okay? Mass of intelligent, conscious energy, and you're going to discontinue becoming, right? Improving, changing, looking for the answers, recognizing you've got it all already. You are definitely more than enough. You are absolutely incredible. There is no separation because everything is energy. Quantum physics will tell you that, right? Everything is connected. Everything is because of everything else. And what we see outside, what we see in form, right? The sun, a bus, a tree, it's just different energies converging, creating these forms. But everything is connected and you are connected to everything. Instead of becoming, changing, right? Transforming, we are going to now choose what we actually are and instead embody, right? Claim and own, right? Our very own frequencies, intentional frequencies, to dictate where our energy is going and our attention, right? And when you start to do this and recognize that the frequencies that you're on every single day determines everything else. It determines how you do things, what you see, what you come into contact with, your earning potential. And when you start owning your own, you start saying, okay, you know, this is where I'm putting my attention. This is who I am from now on. You don't try to change yourself anymore. You literally embody what you're looking for, and so it starts coming into your life. You're no longer chasing after it. And so once you start to do this, right? Once you start to own your own frequencies, you are no longer allowing outside, your past, your current social surroundings, all this stuff, right? To dictate your frequencies. You're realizing what's going on. You're connected to everything. And all you need to do is realize that you're not the old program. This is what you are. And all you need to do is start embodying, claiming, owning thoughts, feelings, assumptions that are in harmony with that reality. When you start to do this and you start to go all in, you know what's going to happen? You are now going to create what I like to call an intentional state of vibrational congruence, okay? And you know what? There is nothing and nobody, nor your past or perceived things about yourself that can prevent you from creating, experiencing, and living the most phenomenal life. It is universal law, because guess what? Energy attracts energy, and you are conscious, intelligent energy, and you have the choice to direct it. Every single day, we've been underestimating ourselves. And so suddenly, all that energy, all that mass of potential and the creativity and everything that is within you is now merging and funneling into what you desire. It is going to be so amazing. You know, similarly, this is just like a metaphor, right? Just imagine, right? You have all of this water on planet Earth, right? All these seas and oceans, right? Just imagine it's like that. And right now it's kind of going everywhere. It's going to, you know, rivers and lakes and whatever else. Just imagine all of that mass, all of that potential, all that water is funneled into one dam. How much energy there is within that. And this is what it's like. You have this mass of potential, creativity, joy. It's all you. But what are we claiming every single day? What are we choosing for ourselves? And every single time you choose, you embody, you claim, you own thoughts, feelings, assumptions that are in harmony with what you desire, and you start identifying yourself with that, you start putting your attention there, you give life no choice to start showing you why that is a fact. This is your power. And it took me so long, right, to finally get to this point where I realized I was either gonna keep being right about who I thought I was, or let go of this idea and start actually doing what works. And this not only works, it is inevitable. It's universal law. And you know what? I spent a number of years, right, working at Sydney Airport. I was driving this truck. I had a lot of downtime. And I was doing this teaching called Who Am I? And in Hinduism, they call it the fiery path. Working at Sydney Airport, and I had hours every single day to do this teaching, and I was looking for the source of who I thought I was. This is the teaching, right? You think of, I'm going, I'm striving, I'm becoming, I'm changing, I want financial freedom. And when you look for this thing, I don't recommend it, but I just want to explain, the more you look, the more you search for it within you, the more you realize it doesn't exist. But what is behind the scene of this facade, of this imposed limitation, is your truth, unchanging, perfection. And where you put your attention, your energy is what you receive, what you attract. Will you still be working hard and creating things and planning? Of course. You'll be creating these things, right? But if you are not in a congruent state with what you desire, forget about it. We're toast, you know, it's finished. Everything is because of everything else, and you are connected to everything. Choose, claim, and embody something spectacular one day at a time. It'll change your life. Peace.